reflecting the attitude of mind, intellect or body, because he is only concerned with soul. So then he also favors mind, intellect and bodily senses also. And in this way everything is benefited. So this is the way in which we can improve ourselves. And surely, definitely, there's nothing doubt in it. No. Go on with this work and you will succeed and you will find it in this very life. You are enjoying and you will enjoy still more. Alright, it is sufficient. He manages the thing very, very beautifully, very, very nicely. So we may accept him as our good friend. Do not neglect him. And he will prove the same. He will prove the same. So we should try to get married with him. We are to be married with God. In Adi Granth it is told that we are all females. In this world, all human beings are souls and they are females. And there is only one male. And all we are to get married with him. And then we will be enjoying our married life with him. Otherwise, these bodily marriages, these are no marriages. These are only some timely arrangements. But really, we are to be married as soul with God. So that we are to perform. And then we will enjoy really. Bodily marriages will only be problems. Only problems. The Sufi saint, Saint Fried has told that when I was not married, I was thinking very high of the marriages, that I will enjoy this way and that way, this way and that way. But when I got married, so many problems, so many. They were just with one thing bright, 10 dark things were just behind it. So generally we see one bright thing and we neglect those 10 black things which are awaiting us. So all this world is like this. Behind every glittering thing there is so much, 10 times or even more dangerous things. So every beauty is connected with so many horrible things and terrible things. And the consequences are not positive but generally negative. We go to something for peace, for enjoyment, but we are caught up in that. All these are entanglements, all these are nets spread for us. Beautiful nets, charming nets. We want to wear it and we are caught in it. In Indian system you would have found that the women generally wear the golden ornaments. So they pierce the nose and put some ring over here. And they also pierce hole in the ear and they wear it. And also they wear some good necklaces, what you like that, and also some bangles and also in the feet they also wear some very, very thick like that. They are very happy, but they do not know that they are caught up by all these things. If anybody catches hold of it, then where it will go? If anybody catches that golden ring, then that golden ring will be a dangerous thing. So that is in her neck. If one catches hold from there, she will leave. So all things, at every place, she is now bound up. She can be caught from any place. But one feels very much proud that she is wearing gold in her ears, in her neck, but she doesn't know that she is caught up with all these things. I think the old wisdom, they have just illustrated in this way, that if you wear gold, then you just first have to pierce your nose, and it will go through your nose. When it will come, it will pinch you. To have it, you will have to undergo great pinching effect. And after that, you will be always caught up with it. You can be made slave at any time. This was the ancient Hindu wisdom which gave this thing for understanding to the Indian women, to the Indian people, that to anything which is glittering, it will come with a pinch. Without pinch, it will not come, and after that it will be always something binding upon you, that you will be slave to it. That will not be helpful to you. And Indian women, they are very much proud of wearing all these things. So these are lessons, but people forget it, and they only go some wrong way and of understanding. So everything of this world is in any way binding, good, charming and glittering bindings we have got around us, and we are finding happy in those bonds. But after, when the curtain is opened, we find all bound up. Then we realize that we have created bonds, only bonds for us. So that was really terrible. Now we should realize it. So we should now improve and develop bond with somebody who will release us of these bonds of the negativity, and he may just embrace so strongly, so hard, that he may never leave us, and that bond will be so sweet, so nice, so pleasing, that it will not be a bond, but we will expand in all freedom. As he is free, we will also be free. So that bond, he is there to make us free, as he is himself free. So God may bless us, and we may be happy. I would like my souls, my dear souls, that we should all enjoy the real happiness of life. I am also not in a mood to leave you. I want always to be with you, because I find pleasure, and I have enjoyed so much with you. I cannot forget these moments which I have been enjoying with you. But we are working and hoping for still better moments. And when we meet again, we will meet not in a prison house. Let us meet in a flower garden, in a rose garden. There were two friends. There were two very fast friends. And somebody came that, you are very fast friends. They told her, we are very fast friends. But how did your friendship started? They told that they were traveling without a ticket in a train at one time, and then they were caught. And then they were sent to the prison for some time. And during this happening, they had created friendship with each other. So some people, they develop friendship in prisons, and then they are doing something negative. So in worldly ways, we are friends, but terrible friends. In the prison house, sinning, there are friends. Who friends? Thieves friends, pickpocket friends. They are also friends to each other. Terrible friends. But there are friends also who sit in the feet of the Master, and they are also friends. This is really the friendship which we are to realize, that which will lift us, and our friendship will increase and increase, and it will be helping and helping more and more useful. So in the name of God, in the name of Master, and in His memory, in His feet, we may be friends, not in worldly ways. So we may be still better friends, that we may not meet in these prison houses, we may meet in the kingdom of God over there. So that is always available. You sit in meditation and you will find insight there. It is good also that we may meet each other in this state also. But it would much better when we will find ourselves inside, in higher realms, enjoying over there. That will be much better. He likes it. So we may also desire for it and then work for it. So sincerely try to do all this. We will see each other again. Surely. May not be in the man body. It may or may not be. But surely we will meet each other. In man body it may or may not be. It is uncertain. But at least we will live as souls and we can meet. And we will meet. So I cannot ensure that we will meet physically. It may or may not be. But we are to be sure of which we can be sure. And that is in soul, in spirit. So at least we can meet.
Yesterday you promised us to sing a song.
That is very simple. You can have it at any time. You have not picked it up.
No.
You will also sing after me?
Yes, if you like. Yes.
मेरे बाबा जी देव दर्शन, मेरे बाबा जी देव दर्शन,
बाबा जी देव दर्शन, मेरे
darshan akhiyan tarsan ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere darshan pyasi din sarat, darshan pyasi din sarat, chitva andan neet ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere Satguru 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 ji, dev darshan dev darshan akhiyan tarsan ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan mere Baba ji, dev darshan खोल कपट गुर में लिया, खोल कपट गुर में लिया, नानक हर संग मीत जी, देव दर्शन मेरे बाबा जी, देव दर्शन मेरे बाबा जी, देव दर्शन अखियां तरसन जी, देव दर्शन मेरे बाबा जी, देव दर्शन मेरे बाबा जी, देव दर्शन मेरे सतगुरु 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 जी, देव दर्शन It means that we are very much having anxiety, top anxiety, to see the Master, to see the revered one. And in the couplet which was just fitted in these words, that was that day and night I am very much thirsty, feeling very much thirsty of your darshans, of having a glance of you. And I am yearning for it day and night, very strongly. I cannot live without it, and I cannot ignore this longing at any time. Then after all this, that when God, our Master Power, felt my this state, then he was merciful, and then he connected me to Master, and then he opened my third eye center. Khol Kapat. Kapat means this gate. He opened this gate, he made me connected. And that my very dear friend was found there, for which I was yearning, for which I was having a great longing. So with his mercy, I could get connection with Master, and he did showered me his grace, and I found what I wanted. So in this couplet, this is explained in this way. So we should yearn, and we will find it. You will also go to the airport?
Yes. Sure.
All right.
Thank you, Master.
I also thank you for So we should learn how to be happy. This we have not learned. If we had learned, then we would never be sad. We are to be sad because we have not yet learned. We are yet trainees. We are now getting training how to be happy always. So if there is at any time sorrow, at any time disappointment, at any time worried, you may feel that you are yet very much requiring training. You are just so much weak and you have to learn so much. Really in this life, what is to learn? This is to be learned. That we may be happy. This world happiness should be a permanent in us. It should not be changing. It should always be there. So if we have not learned this, then we have not learned anything. Then the upper thing is the sorrow, the sadness. That sadness will then envelop us and it will not leave us. This is the chance that we can get rid of these tentacles and all these nets which are spread and which are created by so many negativities that we are always suffering sorrows and disappointments. So man is continuously, I may not say continually, but continuously he is under sadness and sorrows. It is only that it is sometimes little less, sometimes little more. These undulations may be there, but it is always there. It is never that we are totally free of the sadness and we are totally happy at any time. So we had been suffering, we had been experiencing all those unpleasant moments. Not moments, but years and ages we had been passing in unpleasantness. Now this man body, human body which we have got, this is a training center in which we can learn and we can acquire a stage that we can be happy forever. So those who have learned and who have got it now here in this life, they can be sure that always they will have the same. But those who could not find it now, then it means that they have not yet acquired, and then it cannot be expected that it may be afterwards. So our acquisition over here, that will be forever. Whatever status we find now, that will be stable for us always. That which is at the level of soul, not at the level of body, mind and intellect, because it is all unstable. But what is acquired at the level of soul, that is stable. As we find from the worldly example even, that if somebody is learned, then he will be learned for whole of the life. If one is MA, understand, MA or PhD, once he had got a degree or diploma, for whole the life that will remain with him. So he will enjoy that status whole the life. But if somebody is illiterate, then for whole the life he will be illiterate. He will not be learned. Because there is certain age in which one can learn. It is up to the age of 25, generally speaking. One can also learn even afterwards, but generally this is the stage. So after this age, that there is very little chances. In India we say that old parrots cannot be taught. So this is the stage of development that man is in the make. So if we make ourselves something which is required now, that status will be enjoyed forever. That will be permanent status. If we go in the positive direction. But if we go in the negative direction, there is still chance that after paying off our karmas, maybe for long ages even, but still we can again find chance, again and again. May it be after ages and ages, time factor may be any, but still there are chances again and again. So it is very kind of God that if we had underdeveloped after letting us go through some methods of purification, then he again sends us in man body, again gives us a chance that we may rise up and find that highest state. And when once we have got the highest that status, then we are stabilized over there forever, not to come down. It is good of God that once we had acquired, we are not just brought down, thrown down again. And he is happy that we may always enjoy that status. But if we go down, he is merciful on us, that he again lets us purified, that what was dirt and all negativities we had deposited on us, he puts us in a furnace, and that all that dross, etc. is burnt up. No doubt we also find so much uneasiness over there, but at least we are purified as the bricks made of mud are put into fire. But when they are taken out, they are not mud. They become just like stones, hard. They are not to be injured with water. Mud is washed away in water, but burnt bricks cannot be affected by the water. Even the cloth, if it goes dirty, we will have to pass it through a cleansing action. That cleansing action may be hard one. But after undergoing that hard cleansing action, it becomes again white. And then it is pressed with hot press. Although it is very hot, but it will add to the beauty and acceptability of that cloth, and that cloth will again be acceptable. So the souls who become dirty due to their negative actions and negativities, they are again thrown into hells. The hells are not really hells. These are purgatories, what we call? Purgatories? Purgatories. That these are purgatories. And that when we pass through this purgatory system, it is not that we are just thrown in it mercilessly, not mercilessly, but carefully. And as and when our cleansing action is over, at once they are taken out. They are no more left to be troubled or finding agony over there, but at once they are taken out. And then they are given again in the next chance. So, the rules, regulations, and the processes of nature, God, these are not negative to man. But man may himself be negative to himself. So again, when we find chance, we can go up. So luckily we have found this chance now. And luckily also we have found the means for it also. And when we have found the means, that we have found school, we have found the teachers, and we have found the books, and we have found also the time, all the facilities, then we can be learned ones and not be illiterate ones. So what is to be learned, as I have already requested, that we are to learn to be happy forever, never to be sorry, never to be sad. So that is to be learned now. This lesson is very urgent, and this is the only lesson which we are to learn over here. And it is easy also, not difficult. And in this lifetime we can learn it. So there is all provision for us made by God. We ask for it, and it is available to us. So, earlier the better, because everybody likes to be happy, wants to be happy. But it can never be possible that we want to be easy, we want to be peaceful after eating poison. It is only then that we eat some very nice, good food, which is very much suiting to our body, that after eating that we may be feeling satisfied, peaceful, energetic, and also feeling ourselves enjoying it. We have to select these things as when you go to the dining table, you select your food, which will be better for you. And also you select your clothes according to the season, according to the environments and circumstances, so that you may feel comfortable. So everywhere you will have to select. If you go to some market, you select something which may be good for you, useful for you, peaceful for you. At any step, we step a little at a place which may be comfortable, which may be peaceful. You do not step into a pit or hit against a wall. You know that it will be terrible for you. It will be a source of trouble for you. So when we are so much careful that we may be saved of any pain or any trouble, and we may always find peace in worldly systems, that's good. But there is also something within us. If outside environments are to be arranged so carefully, then we cannot go blindly in the inner ways of living. And that inner way of living is so important that outer is dependent upon the inner one. So what hits are thrown from inside, they are coming from outside. Nothing is coming from outside. It is from inside and it comes from outside. So outside life is totally connected and dependent on the inner system. So if we are to make our life outside and inside peaceful, glorious, and full of pleasures, then outside arrangements are not so important. But inside arrangements are much more important. Because the controller is within us. Controller is within us. And coming in contact with the controller, we can better, peacefully, easily control the things. If there is a train running and you want to stop it, and that you want to come down, then what will you do? It is not that you should jump out of the train. It will be terrible. But you have to go to the driver and ask him that please stop it. I have to go down. Any other means, that will not be helpful. That will be terrible. So outside things which are there, they are controlled by inner one. And when we try to control it from outside, it is so terrible. A running bus, a running car, you cannot stop just by holding its wheels or holding its back side or front side. But you will have to ask the driver. So then he will do it. So the controller of everything, doer one, is inside. He is the doer, sole doer, inside and outside. So as long as we do not find real doer, we just try to control our environments and situations from outside. Sometimes we feel successful and sometimes we feel feeling unsuccessful. When we are successful, when we are happy and proud that with my efforts I have been successful, I could do this thing, I could do that thing, one boasts that that I had done this thing. But those things in which he had found success were not really his success. It was just the arrangement of God within that it could be a success. It is not dependent upon the efforts of one that his efforts bore fruit to be success. But there was something within. But the man has just boasted of it and has misunderstood it, that it is due to his wisdom, his competency and his doership that he could do it. But at some times when the things are not in nature according to our wishes, then we fail. And any of our efforts do not succeed. And then we are cursing this body, that body, that he has done something bad. He has created some hindrance, he has created some trouble. So we curse ourselves, we curse others, and we are very much terrible for others and of us, also ourselves, and we feel very much sad and sorry for that. So this is the tendency, ignorance, which is generally prevailing. But still we do not understand. We only understand that if I have been successful, it was due to these arrangements that I could be successful. And if I have been failing, it was due to these reasons that I could fail. The main reason, the basic reason, one leaves aside. One is never understanding it. So that cause of the cause, which is in itself the causeless cause, that is there within us. That causeless cause is also within us. And cause of everything is also within us. So when we go within, then we can find the cause of everything. And then we understand. Then rising still higher, we come in contact with the causeless one. And that can cancel everything. Then we are not affected by any cause. Any seeds we sow, those are not to be borne by us. We are not connected with that. Because then we do not do with ego. But we then come in contact and understand and we realize the basic doer power, and we can never say, if I have done something. Any failure or any success is all success. Because then one finds that the loss is never loss. It is only arrangement. It is only arrangement. If I have a room, I have a house, in that house there are 4 or 5 rooms, I can place my goods in one room, and tomorrow I can take it from one room and place it in the other room. So the first room, then he will be sad that he has been a loser, and the other one may be feeling happy that he has got so much things. But as long as they are separated from each other, and they have their ego that we are. But when they may be connected with the owner, that is all owner. He may take it from me and he may take it to the other. And he is only for him, not for the self. Self is then only just his instrument and his part, and totally connected with him, not his belongings. Then one will not be disturbed with anything. So whatever he has given and placed in us, he can take the things out of us, and may place anywhere else. But we will feel that it is his arrangement. There was nothing of me if it was placed with me, and I have not lost anything if he has taken something from me and placed with some other one. It is his arrangement. So we are never sad, we do not feel sorry. We feel in the same state, happy, enjoying. Because we have understood the doer power of God, that he is the sole owner and he is the doer, he is the controller. Everything belongs to him. Nothing belongs to us, and we are also belonging to him, and everything else is also belonging to him. So there is nothing which is connected to us, but everything is connected to him. But we disconnect ourselves from him and we connect ourselves with his things, and there the difficulty starts. This is the source of difficulty, that we lose faith that we are snatchers, we are grabbers, and we are loving his things but not him. We have detached from the giver and we have attached ourselves with his gifts, and in this way we lose all faith in him and also deprived of his mercy, of his love and of his blessings also. Therefrom the negative game starts. Then we are under the negativities. Now this path on which you are now, this is the path that lost connection is now again to be re-established with the doer power of God. And we are automatically detached from his belongings. We get more and more connected with that permanent one, with the happiest one, with the giver one, and we do not feel so much attached with his things, with his gifts. Because when he is with us, then everything is with us automatically. Just you give your back to the sun and you try to follow and to catch your shadow. You run after it, but the more you run fast after the shadow will also run with the same speed, and you will not be able to catch hold of the shadow. But shadow is only due to sun. Now do not follow the shadow, do not run after the shadow, but run after the sun. And the shadow will run after you. It will follow you. So the Creator, if we lose the Creator, we lose all creation also. But if we come in contact with the Creator, then the Creator is also found and his creation is also following us. So in Adi Granthi it is explained that when we have been running after the world and worldly pleasures and worldly riches, it is never to be found. It just shows itself to us. But when we try to catch it, we get nothing in life. Again we see it is there. Again we try to find it, but in hand it is nothing. It is just seen, just in front. But we cannot catch it, we cannot find it. But also we cannot leave it. It is so attracting and it is so charming and it is so that we like it very much. We are very happy if we find it, we will be very nice. very much enjoying. But whole of the life we go on following it, but at last we just fall flat. Nothing is there. So if we leave it and go towards the Creator, then the Creator is just before us. He will embrace us. He will love us. And He will bestow us all graces and showers on us, every blessings. And everything of His creation will be yours. You will find it. So, this connection that will go on increasing, and other connections that will go on decreasing, detached. But we will not be attached. They will be getting more and more attracted to us. Now we are running after those, then they will run after us. This is the difference. There is an example that there was a king. He had a queen and a son was there from that queen. After some time he abandoned, he divorced that queen and he married another one. And the child and the previous one, they were sent out. And they had to live in a very ordinary way of life. After some days, after some time, the child, when he was 9 or 10 years of age, he just by chance went to the palace of his father, and the father was sitting, and his stepmother was also by his side. Father, at last he was father. When he saw the child, he took it and placed with him, and he began to love him. Now the stepmother was very angry that he is loving that child which is not from her, it is from the previous wife. So she caught hold of the child and gave a slap and then rebuked him and sent him out. Now the father could not say anything. So he was not feeling good in this respect, but he could not also advocate anything for the child. He had to remain silent. At this the boy was very much hurt and hard. He felt it very much. Then, in a very heavy heart and very deep sobs, he went to the mother. But what is the matter? I am the eldest child of the king, and it, according to the rules, I am the successor to hold the kingdom. But I am not in a position, and I do not find that I will get anything. Everything is negative. You tell me, how can I get my deserving things which I deserve? Then the mother was a woman of knowledge. She told, my child, don't worry about it. It is that due to the karma that we had been enjoying for some time in the kingdom. But when that karma was finished, and another phase of karma came, and we are now in this state. So we are now to curse your stepmother, we are not to curse your father, but we are to accept the karma. May it be with a smile or may it be with a stern, but it is good that we may understand it, and you should feel just satisfied. The child understood. He told her, you are right in this respect. But the things which is going on in my mind and heart, these are so strong. I cannot be peaceful till I find myself to be the king of the same kingdom which my father is holding. I must be successor, king of my father. You tell me some ways and means. I have to get it. I cannot endure all this, what you call disrespect or disgrace. So I must find it. Then the mother told, all right, if you like, there is one way, that you sow a karma which is overwhelming or highest kind of karma, which can change every other thing. Then what is that? That you go to some saint and get yourself initiated into the beyond, and then meditate upon that. And then Father God can change anything. He can rise beggars into kings, and kings may be thrown down and may be begging, and they may not find, even after begging for whole of the day, anything to eat even. He has such a power in him. He can do anything, and he can undo also anything. He can change everything. Nobody is there to question him. Then boy was satisfied and he set out. He was initiated, and when he meditated for some days, then his father idea came into him that he had done very bad to his child, that it was so much disgraceful to him, and it was a great sin he had done. So he could not find peace in his mind, and then he set out and went to the son over there, that I had done wrong, you please forgive me, and I will now sit in your place for your meditation, because it is now my time to leave the kingdom and to meditate God, because I have gone old. But it is not your age that you may find all these troubles and all these difficulties of the forest. You are dead and you have to enjoy the life as yet. So you should go and enjoy the kingdom. And the boy was very happy that he could find what he wanted. But when he stood up, an idea just came again into his mind. Because after the meditations, there is purification of everything, and ideas also become subtle and purified. Then the desire which he had got so strong, that had also gone weak, and something better had entered into his mind. Then he thought that is no good going into the kingdom of God. If I have got this in 5 or 6 days meditations, if I go on with this thing, then what better thing can be available? So why should I be satisfied with this little thing? I should work for the better. So this idea was at once strong in him, and then he told his father that previously he had this idea, but now he has changed his decision, and now that he is peaceful, he is calm, and he has no grudge on the father, and then you can go and peacefully go on with your kingdom. The father was then happy that the child is happy, and he went away. Then after some time, God appeared in form of master, as it is the rules, and he asked, what do you want? He told, I want only you. Then he told, all right, your work has been finished, and you have acquired the highest stage. Now the remaining time of life, you go to your kingdom and enjoy as king. And when you had spent all your remaining part of the life, then your seat is reserved in my kingdom, the highest place, and you will be called over there. So then he was enjoying as a king for the remaining lifetime, and after that he acquired the same place as it was reserved for him. So this is the thing which we are to acquire, that during this lifetime we are to acquire the highest status, and that our place is reserved over there. And then we may also enjoy the best life over here, peaceful life, even worldly, very glorious and satisfactory life, inside and outside, both. Not even the masters do not like that even the outside life may be miserable and only inside may be bright or glorious, not in this way. They like that outside life should also be glorious one and nice one, pleasant one. But inner, that is really should be the highest one. So both these aspects of life he keeps in mind. He tackles in a good way, in nice, right system. But we are to work also for this end. Whatever he dictates and on what line of action he wants us to go, we should go on that line of action. And you will find better and better, more and more peaceful, and you will be more and more happier in this life and also in the other life. So you may learn, but try to work hard for it till you have not found it. You must try to find it. Because if we do not find it, we do not try it, so we will not be helped also. Only we will be helped if we go to the railway station, if we go to the airport, that the railway train or bus or aeroplane may be available. But if we do not step out of our house, aeroplane or bus or train will not come to our house. At least whatever we have to do, that we have to do. And then further, help will be there. So, certain things are there for us, that we are to come out of the body. We are to contact ourselves from the outside world and from the body below, and then be centered at the third eye center, so that we are connected with him and we are taken up. So this we have to do, although help is there for it also, but our intention is also very important in it. If we do not sit even physically, then it is not possible. At least we will have to sit physically. And when you are peaceful, physically at least, then after some time you will find your mind also peaceful, and you will find yourself attracted, and you will find yourself extracted from the body, and you will find over there. Automatically things will go on. Don't worry about the concentration of mind. If it is not peaceful, if it is not centered, at least go on sitting even. Go on sitting, just for the purpose of meditations. God is there, Master is there. He knows that he has said in the meditation, but he is disturbed in mind, due to mind. He knows all things. He is merciful. And he will not curse us, but he will deal us mercifully. Mercifully. Because here we are also helpless. So there he is helpful. But at least we should sit peacefully for some time, bodily. That we can do, at least. So, when we are trying, we will succeed. His help is always there. So, something we are to do, and 99.9% work he will do. 0.1% we are to do. But we do not know. We say that we are doing 100%. We do not think that he is doing anything. But it is only our ignorance that we do not see what he is doing. The very first day of initiation, the people find so much. So what is that due to? It is not that it is our own acquisition, it is our own efforts, but it is His grace that we enjoy over there. So if we can enjoy that grace the very first day, afterwards we can depend upon Him. So we should never feel disappointed. That power is competent one and never fails. So it can succeed because it is the highest power, biggest power. Any negativity of the world, that cannot be negative against that power. Up to certain limits it may work, but it is not powerful in comparison to that. So we are surely to be lifted up, and we will surely be benefited. So we should be satisfied, we should be confident about it, we should have faith and go on with the meditation work. And any doubts or any troubles or any questions, those will also be answered. And all help will also be available over there. Don't feel at any time disappointed. That power is very compassionate power. It works very, very compassionately, very, very lovingly, very, very favorably, not keeping in view our shortcomings, but He neglects all our negativities and failures and all other sins, but He deals us only in mercy and only for soul, because soul is innocent. It is only the mind which is mischievous. It is only the intellect which is so impure, and it is only the senses which are very much accustomed and habitual of these outward enjoyments. But soul is innocent. Soul has no tendency to do anything bad.